I get so bored of eating leftovers again and again and again.
How many leftovers have you eaten?
You remember that one time when I made, like, you were away and I was on a job and I made like a curry that lasted like 5 days.
And I was like, what are you having for dinner tonight? You're like, I'm having
curry again.
So yeah, they can get a bit monotonous. We often have leftovers and we talk about leftovers all the time. Doesn't mean that we don't get bored of them. However, this recipe is probably one of the few things that we always look forward to when there is leftovers. The main reason is because it's just such a versatile dish. Like, you can have it with so many different other things. You can pimp it up, you can have it done very simply. You
could have it on rice or tortillas, or you could have it on its own even, just a big bowl of it.
Or on a baked potato.
Oh, that's good. I do like it on a baked potato.
Me too. It's also one of those things that, so like, we would cook it maybe for a weeknight meal when we just want something really simple, but it's also something that we make for people when they come over, when guests are coming around. It's like a big one pot, easy cook meal. Again, if we have leftovers for that, it can be pimped up, it can be jazzed up, it can be, you know.
So you could have it like simple or like kind of fancy. Do you want to tell them what we're making?
Yeah, I feel like we've been dropping little hints. If you haven't figured it out, we're going to be making a delicious, smoky, warming bean chilli. Yes. So I think we should get right on with it.
Yeah, let's get right into the cooking. We're going to start off this recipe by chopping and cutting all the veggies we need at once, just to get the tedious part out of the way first. For the onion, we're simply going to cut it into little pieces that will melt away into the chilli.
I just love this dish so much.
With the garlic, we're going to use a garlic press, which is why we're only peeling them for now. But if you prefer, chopping them into tiny little bits or grating it will work perfectly. We're using a sweet red bell pepper for this recipe, but feel free to use a yellow or orange pepper too. Perhaps not the green ones, they can be a bit bitter and yucky. We're simply cutting this into centimetre-ish squares.
We now need to grate our carrots. We're going to be using 2 medium-sized carrots. You could chop them up really small, but we like to grate them because it gives it a bit of a nice texture in the chilli. This one is a little bit wonky, but it doesn't matter. They're going to taste the same, and we've got to love our wonky veg just as much as our perfect-looking veg. So now we're going to get on with the cooking, and we're going to be using this pan. So ideally you're going to want probably like a big casserole dish. This recipe serves about 6 people, and this is more kind of like porridge for one vibes. But it's all we've got, so we're going to go for it anyway, and hopefully it will be the right size.
Our cooking oil goes into the pan, and once it's hot, in goes the onion and the garlic, and give it all a good stir. We're adding in some salt and pepper now. This will not only help to season the dish, but the salt will draw out some of the moisture from the onions, which just aids in the softening and the caramelizing. Once that's lovely and soft and aromatic, you're going to add in your red pepper and all of that grated carrot.
All our veggies have been cooking down for about 10 minutes now, so it's time to add the tins.
For this recipe, we're adding in the beans with all of their liquid. 1, because it's easy, and 2, because the liquid that's in with the beans is a little bit thicker than water, which helps make a silkier chili sauce at the end, which is what we want.
We've got one more tin to add, and I think we might just get away with it. I think it's going to be like full to the brim. So as expected, this isn't gonna fit, and I think we need to get another pan. So this is literally the only other pan we have that will work on our induction hob. Again, it's not ideal, and I'm still not sure if it's even gonna be better than what we've got, but we're gonna try it anyway. Otherwise, I don't know what we're gonna do. It fits the pan. We can continue with the recipe. Do not worry, guys, it's gonna be fine.
Now is the time to add in the tomato puree with the sugar. The sugar is kind of optional if you have nice tomatoes, but the majority of tin tomatoes that we get in the UK need a little bit of a helping hand in the sweetness department. Now goes in the last of the liquid, which is the stock. For the spices, we're going to keep it fairly simple and go with cumin, smoked paprika and chili powder. You can add in any other bits and bobs that you like, but we found that it's just overcomplicating it really, and it's perfectly delicious kept simple like this.
There's a lot of liquid still in the pan, but that's alright. We're just going to leave it for quite a while. The longer you leave it, the better. And it's just going to reduce down, and all of those spices are going to infuse. It's just going to make it taste delicious.
If you're in a bit of a rush, you could add in the stock cube without any of the water. There will be less liquid to cook off, so it will cook faster, but it will taste better if you do add in the liquid. And anyway, the best things in life come to those who wait. Once it's reduced for roughly 30 minutes, we're going to add in a couple of cubes of chocolate.
If you can't get fresh coriander, then you could use dried coriander, and the same goes for all of our spices and herbs. If you don't have chili powder, you could do fresh chili or chili flakes. Sometimes we like to do ancho chili or chipotle for that more kind of like smoky flavour. If you don't have smoked paprika, then normal paprika is fine. Basically just whatever spices and herbs that you've got will do the job.
Toppings are where you can get creative with this dish. As we said in the beginning, it's such a versatile recipe. We've opted for some vegan feta and some coriander torn over the top. You could try some pickled jalapenos or pickled red onion, vegan sour cream or vegan yogurt or whatever, just go crazy, try something new, have a bit of fun. I can't be bothered to serve this up, so I'm just going to dig straight into the pan. Do you want to join me?
Yeah.
Cheers, my spoon. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been sitting here a while whilst we've taken some pictures of it, but even cold, it's still damn good.
It's sweet and spicy and creamy. It's earthy, it's nice and savoury. It's delicious.
It's just all around delicious.
We are going to be having this later tonight for dinner.
Yes.
We're going to be doing it quite traditionally with some rice, and then we're going to be having leftovers.
Leftovers! That's why we made this meal.
We're going to be having that probably on Sunday night because we're going away at the weekend, so we thought perfect thing to come home to after we've been travelling. We can't be bothered to cook. I'm not quite sure how we're going to serve that up. I'm going to wait and see how we feel, but maybe either do some sort of nacho thing with tortilla chips or on some potatoes.
I'm going to put my request in early.
Okay.
I definitely want potatoes.
Okay, baked potato.
We're going to have it on baked potato.
We're going to have our baked potato. If you guys like the sound of this recipe, then we reckon you guys are going to love our one pot aubergine curry. It's got the same kind of warming, earthy flavours, and it's also great for leftovers.
Yes.
The good kind.
The good kind, not the bad kind, not the boring kind. The real nice leftovers. Well, we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.